Hey everyone, let's get started with today's lab. So what we're going to do is we have our Newton cart right here that you remember from earlier labs. And what we do is now we've got the pole in the front and the two poles in the back and kind of like this little ramp thing right here, and there's some rubber bands involved in this lab. What we're going to do is cut a piece of string, kind of like this, and we're going to lay it down here. Put the rubber band across it, just like I was telling you earlier. And then we're going to stretch it out so that it is covering, here we go, so that it is covering the little line right there. That way the rubber band is always going to be stretched the same amount of tightness, the same tautness each time. We've got our wooden shuttle right here that goes in the middle right here. What we want to do is we want to see the action reaction that's going to happen, right? So we want to cut the string right here. It's going to send the wood block this way. It's going to send the cart that way. But what we want to do is we want to cut it in a way that does not use scissors, because even if we use scissors when you go to snip it, there's going to be one fiber that's like the very last fiber that either holds on this side of the scissor or this side of the scissor, and that would mess up cutting, you know, the different strings and everything. So instead what we're going to use is fire. Oh yes, we'll use some fire to cut the string with my handy dandy fire assistant right here, and we'll see how far the cart rolls each time that we do this. So we're going to set the cart so the very front of the cart is set up at 0 centimeters right here. We're going to put our wood block into it as far as it will go. And then, are you ready, trusty assistant? All right, he's going to light the string on fire without touching the cart. You don't want to touch the cart. Can you get the string? There it goes! Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was the first test right there. And it went, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost exactly 5 centimeters. All right, so one rubber band and one, and just an empty, you know, wooden cart means it goes 5 centimeters. But what do you think will happen if we use not one but 2 rubber bands? What do you think? Will it be better? What will happen? It'll go further. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come over here to my baggie and we'll cut a new piece of string over here. All right, we gotta remove the rubber band. We put the string on. Yeah, you can just unwrap these guys. Woohoo! All right, and then we'll put 1 rubber band and then 2 rubber bands on there. All right, once again, we will take the string, and what I'm doing is I pull the string so that it is the same distance, right, to that, hold on, let me get a little bit more, to that green line right there, and I just wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around the pole, right? Normally what we would do in class is there would be a whole bunch of trials, and this actually would take at least 2 days that we would be doing the trials, but I'm trying to give you the kind of abbreviated version right here. My string undid! Wait, maybe I need a longer string given how many rubber bands I have right here. Wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around. Okay, stay like that, little string. Okay, let's kind of set it up over here so it's back at the 0 end. We'll tuck the shuttle back in here just like before. Okay, it's all set up. All right, fire assistants, breathe fire like a fire-breathing dragon. Technical difficulties. There it is. Oh my goodness, okay, there it goes. Do you want to blow it out? Blow it out. There's fire. Okay, so it went this time 14 point, I would say 6. When you say 14.6? Okay, so it went 14.6 centimeters. So 1 shuttle, 2 rubber bands. Can we do better? Oh yes, I think we can do better too. Let's add yet another rubber band on there. All right, so if we have 3 rubber bands this time, let's see what happens. So we'll have our string. I'm gonna give myself a little bit extra string this time. First, you lay the string down, then you add 1, 2, 3 rubber bands on here, just like before. Then we'll take the string, you gotta pull it over here, and what we'll do is, we shall pull it tight with 3 rubber bands. It starts getting a little bit tighter here. Wrap it around and around and around and around and around and around, just like we did before, so it doesn't go anywhere. We shall stick the shuttle back in the same spot. We'll line it up at the 0 end of the meter stick. Fire is ready. Let there be fire! Let there be fire! There it is, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, 3 rubber bands mean it goes 18.5 centimeters. 18.5 centimeters. Should we keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We should definitely keep going. All right, so if I come over here and we grab another rubber band. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, flames everywhere. All right, so let's see how far we dare go with this and everything. So we take the rubber bands off. We get a nice little piece of string right here. Lay the string down. We put on 1, 2, 3 rubber bands up before, plus a 4th rubber band. And then we're gonna pull it. Now it's getting tight now. We're gonna pull it back to that line. Twist it and twist it and twist it and twist it and twist it. Okay, let's get these guys kind of bunched up here together so it looks kind of nice and neat. Oh yes, that's looking good. All right, we get the shuttle in. It's ready to rumble. Set it up at the 0 mark. All right, here we go, fire. Oh my goodness, there it goes. It only went 17.9. Isn't that less? Well, I don't know about you, but that was highly unsatisfying. Should we try something even more extreme? All right, so let's try this. If we unwind more and more and more, all right, we get rid of all the old string that's on there. Let's add a record-setting 3 more rubber bands, 3 extra rubber bands. So if we take all the rubber bands off, we put more string on there, like before, and we add on there, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rubber bands. Now, I've never done seven rubber bands before, have you? Honestly, in all my years of doing this, I've never used 7 rubber bands. So if someone dies in the making of this film, at least there were no animals hurt in the making of this film. Okay, so let's see here. If I take the string just like before, put it between the 2 posts, we pull it now. I don't know, maybe the string will even break. I've never, oh, hold on here, technical difficulties. I've never done 7 strings before, 7 rubber bands before. And wrap it around and around and around and around. Okay, the string's not breaking. It's the first good sign. Okay. We'll set it back up at the 0 right here. You stay on there. We'll put the little shuttle in. Okay. Do I need a helmet or something? He's gonna light the fire. Uh-oh, thumb problems. Fire. Let there be fire! No, fire. 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 Engage the fire. Here it goes. Oh my goodness, okay, it went flying out that way and we're at 20, well, it made it to 29.5 centimeters is how far it went and everything. So definitely more rubber bands means it's going further. It flew that way. Oh, it made it into the far sink this time. Now, there is another thing that we can do just to kind of experiment here and everything. What if we reset it again one last time? Here, take that string off. While I get some new string. All right, for our final test that we're gonna do for our lab today, we're gonna once again put the string in the middle. We're gonna go with, let's say, 4 rubber bands. 4 rubber bands. We'll put the string back over here again and everything. And you're thinking, Mr. Jackson, what in the world are we doing here? Why would we just go back down to 4 rubber bands if we were all the way up to, it's a little bit too much, if we were all the way up to 7 rubber bands? Because remember, there's another thing that we can do, right? This was increasing the velocity of the shuttle when it was shooting out by adding more and more rubber bands. But what if we do the other thing? What if we increase the mass of it? So what I have over here is a steel ball bearing. And if we put the steel ball bearing onto the little shuttle right here, well, that makes the shuttle much, much heavier, right? So if we put it in here just like we've been doing, Well, let's see what happens now that the shuttle's going to be much heavier when it launches. We'll see if that gives us a different result right there and everything. So, one last time, let there be fire! The fire is going, it launches, and 26.4 centimeters. So it definitely went a little bit further, I believe, than it did when it had the same amount of rubber bands the other way. Right? So increasing the mass means it can shoot out further that way and everything.